Hello everyone, my name is Carly. Today I'm going to be leading you through yoga for a fresh start. So let's go ahead and get started. Have a seat on the ground and whatever is comfortable for you. You may be sitting cross-legged, straight-legged. It doesn't really matter to start out. Know that any time you practice yoga, it's an opportunity to stretch yourself to your best self and not to compare yourself with what you can or cannot do. So just listen to your body. If it's comfortable for you to sit nice and wide-legged, you don't have the flexibility in your hips yet to sit cross-legged, then go ahead and start there. So we're going to bring our attention to our breath just by taking your palms, setting them on your knees, palms facing up, and just starting to bring awareness to your body. Start to deepen your breath. I want you to think about relaxing the muscles in your neck, your shoulders. You have this openness, open palm. You're not gripping or holding tension anywhere. And then I want you to bring your focus to your breathing. And what I mean by that is you're going to forget the to-do list because you're going to bring all your attention to your breath and how you're breathing and doing it intentionally. So as you inhale, you should think of expanding your belly like an expanding balloon. And as you exhale, it's contracting. Your belly button draws in towards your spine as you let that energy out, that oxygen out. So breathing in, nice full deep breath. And breathing out, nice full exhale. Drawing the belly button in towards your spine. Breathing in. And breathing out. One more full breath. Think about lengthening, making your exhale even longer this time. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth as long as you can. Let that air out. All right, we're going to incorporate that breath with a couple moves sitting here in this posture. So I still want you to think about sitting upright. And then as you inhale, you're reaching your arms up towards the ceiling, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. And as you exhale, you're going to tuck the chin, round the spine, and fold forward over your hips. So you're getting a stretch through the backside body, and you're going to round forward. And then repeat. So as you round up, recharge, inhale, and then here's the exhale. Listen to your body. Flow with your own body. If it feels good to hold something, a position, maybe you notice there's some tightness, then go ahead and work that out. Last inhale here. And this time we're going to exhale and side bend. So take your right hand beside your waist and then you're going to peek up under your armpit and reach as far to the side as you can. And exhale, round forward, walk your hands one over the next. Inhale, reaching up again. Exhale, switching sides. Take your left hand by your left hip and peek under your armpit. So you're getting a full body stretch. And when you're doing this, instead of trying to get deeper and falling into the side, I want you to try to think about grounding down through this hip. So you're going to feel that stretch all along the side body. Exhale, round forward, crossing one hand in front of the other, recharging, sitting up. Inhale. This time sinking even further into that stretch, allowing the weight of your hip to be heavy so you feel the stretch in your whole side body. Stepping your hands around. Inhale. And exhale. Getting deeper into that side stretch. Here we are. Ooh, yeah. And step those hands. around to center. All right, we're going to get a little bit deeper in this hip stretch. So what I want you to do is take your legs and stack them as if they're two logs. We're going to open up the hips a bit here. So I'm going to stack these two legs parallel. Now, if you are new to yoga or new to stretching in general, you may need to lift your hips up on a block. That may be more comfortable for you. So if you have a yoga block, if you don't have a yoga block, you can use a pillow to do the same thing. So make it comfortable. It shouldn't be that you're in terrible pain as you're doing these stretches. It should feel good, and you should allow your breath and your exhale to move you past the real uncomfortable tightness. And if you're too tight and you're holding on to that tension, it's actually not going to do any good. So make sure you make those adjustments now. Other options are stepping your legs just a little bit further away instead of cramming them up, especially if you don't have the flexibility in the hip. All right, so our legs are stacked here. And all I want you to do, you're sitting nice and straight up. I just want you to start to fold your upper body forward any amount. And maybe just sitting in this stretch is enough for you. You can just sit here and breathe. And maybe if you have that flexibility in your hips, you can start to just shift your weight forward, keeping your spine nice and straight, and just slowly inviting a little bit more of a stretch. And with every inhale, you're bringing fresh new energy in. With every exhale, you're letting go of tightness, tension, stress, and heat that surrounds the muscles. Take one more breath here, breathing in, expanding the belly. Let it go. Take your left hand to your right knee and place your right hand right behind your bum at the spine. And we're just going to invite a small, gentle twist. Your eyes are going to start to peek over your right shoulder. It's a gentle twist. You don't need to pull yourself in any way. Just focus on sitting upright and just inviting a little twist. Unwind back to center. Let's switch sides. This time stacking the other leg on top. Sitting upright, you may have to move the cushion underneath your sits bones to get comfy, and then decide, do you need to shift your weight forward to get a little bit more out of the stretch? Do you need to take a moment here just to relax and get used to this stretch? You have 3 breaths here. Using those exhales to sink a little deeper. And shift out of that, once again taking the right hand to the left knee this time. The left hand goes at the base of your bum, and you're going to get a gentle twist, awakening the spine. Excellent job. Let's go ahead and take those legs, uncross them, and we're going to come onto our knees for another side stretch. So we're really just opening ourselves up. If you are a side sleeper, this is especially going to be a good stretch for you. So up on all fours, I want you to kick your right leg out to the side. I'm going to cover up that baby bump so you don't see the baby kicking. All right, so we're going to inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Now this is where you're going to want to have your block in place. If this is the first time doing this stretch, I recommend putting it on the highest block level, and then as you get more flexible, you can always lower it down. So place that back behind the straight leg. Now, I want you to engage your glutes here. So I want you to take your tailbone and drop it down. Act as if there's a weight on your spine. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, and then as you exhale, once again, we're peeking under the armpit. We're kicking that hip out to the side, and you're letting the air go. You're thinking about lengthening, making yourself super long, stretching yourself, finding the comfort in this stretch. And we're going to round right to the side and then sit our bum back. So we're inviting a little bit of an inner thigh stretch here. And you're still thinking about keeping your spine nice and straight. And then exhale, shift your weight forward. You're going to feel a really good stretch in the inner thigh, maybe even back in the glutes. And if your calves are tight, you're going to feel that there too by pulling your toes towards your shin. And we're going to switch sides. So go ahead and draw your right leg in, kick your left leg out. Same thing, other side. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you think about making yourself long and just getting a good stretch for you. Now, this is when the block comes into play. Maybe you don't have a block and you're just going to reach and your hand can't reach the ground yet. It's okay, just wait there, hold, think about releasing, and over time, you'll be able to stretch yourself even further and further. And making that small shift here, we're going to pull the toe up towards the shin. Our back is nice and flat, hinging from the hip. You're going to get more out of that stretch than if you're just going to round yourself forward and try to reach as far as you can. So keep your spine nice and long here. Think about pulling your bone, your femur bone here, into your hip crease. All right, we're going to repeat that on both sides. Extend your right leg once again. You know what we're doing this time, so I really want you to bring your awareness to your breath and using your exhales to sink a little bit deeper into these stretches. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, full side body stretch here. Make a small shift, pull your toes up towards your shin. Wow, I had a brain fart there. Now I want you, once again, tighten these muscles here, pull this bone right into the hip socket. And by doing that, you're going to feel such a different stretch. Even just a small tilt in the pelvis here, you're going to feel really amazing things. And walk your hands around, sweep that leg in, switch sides. Last time. Shift it around, pull your toes towards your shin. Engage the front leg muscles, your quads, pull your femur in towards your hip bone, and tilt that pelvis forward. And we're going to shift our weight, scooch around, and we're going to take butterfly pose. So take your feet together, knees apart, and then If you have these blocks, it's going to be helpful for you to relax in our final resting pose, fish pose. So take your blocks behind you. The first block is going to rest supporting the back, and the second block will support your head. Allow your knees to fall outward, and we're going to take same thing with your chest. Allow your arms to fall open to the side. This is really a great pose to practice openness. And if you don't have blocks at home, you're welcome to use a pillow or blankets to boost your upper body up off the ground. And in this final resting pose, I want you to think about being open to new opportunities, to new ideas. And instead of judging or criticizing others' thoughts or their opinions or what they have to say, think about just being open to anything that the universe throws at you. Think of being that person that can just say yes instead of the no, instead of the buts, instead of the ifs, but just to think, yeah, what if? Yes, I'm open. Now, allow the corners of your lips to move upward. Allow your cheeks to feel happiness. They're going to peek into your eyes. Allow the wrinkles in your forehead to relax. It feels good to smile. Practice smiling throughout the day today. Go ahead and press yourself up to a seated pose. Thank you so much for joining me here today for this yoga practice. I hope this was an opportunity for you to reboot yourself, reboot your programming in your mind, and just to open yourself up to the possibilities of today, to the ideas of other people, to loving the ones around you. Have a great day. Namaste.